Good day. This 42nd day, meaningful moments, 365 days. Today, I am watching a white sky, so white that the clouds are low and you can hardly see what's right outside the window. Snowflakes are falling everywhere, and that movement as they just pass by, floating down and all around, creates such a sensation of wonder for me. And this meaningful moment of wonder connects with so many pieces that I've been experiencing as of these past few days. Truly, I really live in a state of wonder quite a bit. I always think that that's why it was so easy for me, and still is, to work with kids and play with kids, because there's such a part of me that is in that state a lot of the time. And the wonder that seems to be all connected together comes in all kinds of ways. So last night, I had wrapped up an event with a beautiful co-host. It's part of Weaving Stories of Your Well-Being, a new series that we have on PureEsperanza. And we had some participants who did some beautiful sharing. And I got off of that event and was sitting here sipping my tea, kind of closing up shop, so to speak. And I could feel, this part of my throat that was hurting a little bit, an earache that was going on for the last few days. And I realized that coming into the event already, that whole day, I was really tired, and it was a long day, and a lot of places and areas that had to be focused on with different elements of the growth of PureEsperanza. And then my own training too. And I had had a pretty powerful experience in a training that I was doing earlier that day. And all those pieces connected together to that moment when I felt that, and I thought, what a wonder that just by honing in and listening, that all of a sudden my body told me, what I needed to take care of, and the rest that I had been needing, and how I needed to proceed forward. And it often happens where I feel this experience of like what our body tells us, how it's regulated, and all the design of it, and how we're so informed just by listening. And it was a moment of wonder to experience that. There's a lot of ways to approach that. You might have felt like, I got a cold starting, or I'm so tired and, cranky, or whatever the deal is. But it was just a moment of wonder. And then that connected to another moment of wonder, which was my beautiful husband in the background, taking care of so many of the little pieces, like feeding our cat and cleaning the litter box and doing all those kinds of things, and helping to nourish me at that moment when I was kind of running late and had to go into the event and things like that. And the wonder of like how beautiful it is when we work with one another, care for one another. It brings wonder to me, because there's something within us, right, that reaches out, that senses what the other one is feeling or needing. And what a wonder to experience that. And then it happened when this morning I woke up and I had a response from a call that I had to not be on today, because I only had a small pocket of time today that I could really rest or kind of do this inward work that I needed to do from last night, and caring for myself, and having a good sleep, but still needed to take care of myself. And I needed to honor that. And the response came back with the individual who had, a different feeling of like the cancellation happening or whatever. And but responding to that with a sense of wonder, like, oh, that's what's happening in that person's world. And how do I meet that moment? And it was just by that listening. So that listening that comes, that helps us to perceive the wonder around us, and also the observation shortly after that. And then it was beautiful how that just kind of diminished. The energy around that all of a sudden was sustained in this beautiful way where it, I think, the individual felt validated again. And there's these pieces, right? Last night there were pieces where people were talking on the event and sharing, and them feeling affirmed, with that. And I don't want to leave it just in the realm of like what we think in our minds. It's really more this inward experience inside of us. So it's not like the validation of like, oh yeah, people think what I think, or that makes someone feel better, or whatever those validations are. That's important, but I'm really talking about this inward sense of this connection that happens. And that's where the wonder is also connected. And then today, when I was looking at these snowflakes falling down and thinking about all of them so unique, no two are alike, and us, all of these individuals, no two are alike, and all those different elements that come into play in the course of a day, and just by listening and observing, I can feel that wonder. And perhaps you can relate to that too in different moments when we let our mind not be overactive with the thoughts and the things that we have to do, but more about the experience that we're in, being present to that moment where we are. And that's just wonder. So sending out and acknowledging that wonder that's present in all our lives and for you today. Ho hey.